and, you know, gaining capital, because that was a hard thing for us to do back around 2012.
You can't eat ribs? When I used to be able to eat ribs. Why do people gotta be a dick about that shit? Yeah, I can't eat ribs anymore. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Joe, you can't even eat ribs. I'm still saying it's a good idea. I've eaten ribs in my life.
We just come out of a bad economy.
His pitch is flawless, and he gets two offers.
So my offer is very simple. I'll give you the $300,000, but I want 49%.
That idea is so
What?
brilliant, I'll do the exact same deal, but I'll only take 30%.
Bam, Kevin.
This greedy savage, his deal is horrible.
He's never done a deal like this. Al, let me clear
Kevin got a fucking diamond earring the price of a house.
It up for you. I think you're paying a very expensive price for somebody to make a phone call for you that you could do on your own.
Ultimately, he goes with Damon John's offer of $300,000 for 30%.
Well, he already had me at the first taste of the ribs, but then when he pulled out, the cherry on top was Kevin O'Leary, who, you know, who's really not a bright guy, was interested into it, and I knew that I can make a profit and at the same time as stabbing Kevin O'Leary.
3 years go by, and on the surface, Bubba's living the dream, and Damon is parading the business around as a $16 million success story. However, all the way in 2023, the Los Angeles Times comes out with a report where Bubba and his family claim that behind the scenes, what began as their Shark Tank dream has been a nightmare.
We thought we were on our way up, and unfortunately, it's been a downhill battle.
But before I just take the report at face value, I want to run it by the sponsor of today's video, Now back to Bubba. Apparently the problems start right after they finish filming the episode. Damon suddenly changes his offer to $100,000 for 35%. If you're in that environment, you're not asking a lot.
He was gonna give $300K for 33%, $100K for 35%. What a terrible offer switch. He wants a higher percentage and a third of the money he gives in return.
He said, "It's Damon John. My wife and daughter would have killed me if I said I wasn't signing this."
She said, "Hey, Dad, our future's in your hands."
No pressure at all.
Damon then introduces Bubba to his friend Nate, a former Shark Tank contestant turned close colleague.
Damon, I'd be crazy to not want a partner like you. I accept 100%.
my man.
Who's gonna deal with all the technology
and they just
stuff?
seem like Sims, like the whole thing, the whole Shark Tank process just seems like Sim character shit. Damon, I'd be crazy not to say yes to you. It's like he's reading a teleprompter.
You know, the website, the advertisements, the bank accounts. We had never even sold one bottle of sauce on the internet. This was gonna be the genius to set us up. However, he only creates problems. First, on the day their episode is supposed to air, the website isn't ready to go until 3 hours beforehand. And while they do end up making around $250,000 in online orders, they have to
The day of they made, that's still crazy. They made $250,000 the day the fucking episode released. That already made the fucking money back.
refund nearly 14% of that because Nate fails to set up sales tax. Nate also has control over the business bank account, ignoring Bubba's requests for statements. When Bubba complains to Damon, he reportedly shrugs it off. "I'm not asking you to kiss him. This is just business." Finally, the Bakers decide they don't want Nate a part of their business anymore.
There were a lot of red flags with him, and it took us some time to convince Damon to have him removed from our business.
When he eventually does leave, he decides to take one more thing with him: the Bakers' bank account.
He wiped out our business bank account. There was about 100.
That's illegal. Is he? I understand they're upset about this. Shouldn't they be able to fucking sue him? They're like, he's just stealing their money.
Time, and he mailed us a check for $8,000.
That's not good. They ask Damon where the rest of the money went, and he says Nate deserved it.
People are probably like, why didn't you just stop with Nick?
I'm now understanding why people don't accept deals from Damon anymore. He never really offers deals anyway. I'm now understanding why people don't work with Damon.
And it was because of me, because it was my dream and my goal, and my dad's favorite saying is always, I'd rather be the yeoman on a smooth sailing ship than the captain of a sunken ship.
Unfortunately, Nate is the least of their problems. 2 years go by, and Damon is parading the business around as a 16.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, they have it in the store. Like, is this just supposed to be like some TV dinner?
$1 million success.
Yeah, full rack, fully cooked.
Story. He says it's one of his biggest deals ever, but there's one problem. The Bakers say they ultimately receive just 4% of that $16 million, and that's not all. After a $5.8 million.
But how? They get I understand there's expenses, but Damon only has 33%. They only have 4% of their own company's revenue.
$1 million deal with Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. The Bakers yield a total of $2,900. Well, that's a
oh yeah, I'd fucking crash out. Where's the rest of the money going? Is Damon somehow getting more?
problem.
We're thinking to ourselves, hey, Damon, aren't you
They got a $6 million deal with Carl's Jr. and only got $2 grand out of it.
$1 deal? So we're thinking he's going to align with us to try to figure out a breakdown of where this money went from $5.8 million. Instead, Damon John band together with the co-packer, Rastelli Foods, to file a lawsuit against us because they wanted to move forward with a Subway deal.
Rastelli Foods Group is a family business with family values.
I hate when people say that shit. We're a family farm. We're a family business. 99% of the time, that's not true. 99% of the time, yeah, we're a family business because 3 of the fucking family members work at this fucking, whatever business you're running, meatball shop, farm. But it's just a big conglomerate business that's run by fucking a million other workers and generates $800 million in revenue. Get the fuck out of here. When I hear family business, I'm thinking of like a local Italian joint.
Family ethics. We have to make a very clear distinction. No one works for Rastelli. They work with Rastelli. It's a very clear distinction.
The Bakers say they're completely shut out of negotiations and accuse both Damon John and Rastelli Foods of trying to take over their business.
But you never knew at one time how much revenue you were actually generating.
Absolutely not.
And there was no way for us to like log into a bank.
Was that even a part of the original contract though? That I feel like that's also just bad business proceedings with Damon outside of the show.
Storage was this month.
Eventually they come to a deal to settle the whole Carl's Jr. situation, and the Bakers have to sign a confidentiality agreement. However, by 2019, legal fees pile up. The Bakers are forced to sell their house at a loss, Bubba's restaurant closes, and his truck is repossessed. So in a last-ditch effort to try and get back what they feel is theirs, they break the confidentiality agreement and go public with everything. Needless to say, Damon isn't happy, especially since at the same time he's trying to break off his affiliation with Nate.
Nate Holzefeld.
Nate pleaded guilty to fraud,
affiliation with,
and sexual battery.
Registry.
Who's sentenced to 15 years in prison for multiple counts of sexual battery and having a side hustle where he would get girls on Tinder to sign their houses over to him, which he would then sell.
What? He would convince women from Tinder to give him their houses?
Unfortunately, the way this system works is that you do get a little bit hung before you're...
How would you even convince somebody of that? Like, I don't want to say the people that he was talking to had to be crazy, but for you to have a random guy hit you up on Tinder and then 2 weeks later you to fucking give the deed of your house to that guy.
Or even tried innocent until proven guilty in America, and in part, thanks to KSL.
Well, you pleaded guilty.
Damon posts a video in response to the Bakers.
I'm making this video to address this LA Times article that Al Bubba Baker and Brittany Baker intentionally broke the confidentiality and put out and shopped to this reporter. And at best, it's not true, and that's me being kind. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to always stand up for yourself, no matter what position you get in life, just like I am. Don't sit back and think, oh, the truth is going to set us free because I have the truth, but I'm under confidentiality, and I can't put the truth out there in detail,
But if they broke the confidentiality, wouldn't you also be entitled to do the same?
It also could potentially affect your family, your loved ones, the people that have worked on this project and invested in it. When your family's out there and because of public opinion, these people now, after the LA Times article is out, they're online damn near harassing me at this point and putting up a lot of falsities, and I will not stand for that.
He files a permanent restraining order on the Bakers, prohibits them from making...
What? Okay, now I don't know what to think. If that restraining order went through, he had to have some sort of thing to prove that. He filed a restraining order on their family?
Making any future disparaging comments and forcing them to remove all previous ones. However, in their lawsuit against him, he ends up paying them settlement money.
Practically speaking?
Oh, okay.
To me, to an outsider to that situation.
How did he get a restraining order on them, though, if he was the one in the wrong?
Versus in lawsuits, the fact that John paid the Bakers settlement money, to me, that means he probably did mistreat them in some way. Now, maybe he didn't, but again, that doesn't mean that...
Well, that doesn't mean that it's not going both ways. That doesn't mean that he does have the right to have some sort of restraining order, but he is also, you know, the one that was poking them to even act that way in the first place.
Now talk bad about it, because if he said that he'd pay them for, at least in part, silence, then they just got to shut it up.
Bubba's not the only one to run into a problem like this.
I mean, if you read the article, there was 2 or 3 other companies in that article.
As the years go on, the audience gets bigger, and so do a lot of other things.
I mean, it's a beast of a machine for distribution. So I've just found the deals are getting better and better every year, and this year...
Because they narrow them down more, and now it's only good products that are already successful, and it's boring.
To the investors we can make, because the companies have sales...
The publicity factor alone becomes a huge draw. If I'm on the show, I'll be accepting any offer necessary to get the happy edit and the victory music. That just becomes a 15-minute primetime ABC commercial that would otherwise cost me millions of dollars. Then it gets replayed around the world in reruns, costing tens of millions.
Yeah, and even if you don't get a deal, a lot of them go in with like crazy ass numbers purposefully to not get a deal, or they go in with very modest numbers, get a deal, and then behind closed doors they could just back out, because just because they shake hands doesn't mean it has to go through. They still have to do a lot of legality work.
Millions more. This ends up coming around to bite the Sharks in the end. In 2013, the tank sees a pitch so good that all 5 Sharks invest. Breathometer. Breathometer. It takes the concept of a breathalyzer and turns it into another physical device that relies on an app to function.
And then it turns your phone into a real functioning breathalyzer.
Who would just get a fucking handheld breathalyzer? I have one. What the fuck? Why does every company have an app now? Why is everything about an app? And that's also why Shark Tank sucks fucking horsecock now, is because half of the shit is just too high tech. And it's annoying. It's just like people on like from Cali that are trying to start some new and improved app that's gonna change my life, but it's some run-of-the-mill fucking shithole fitness app that works the same as every other goddamn place. Why would I buy a device that I plug into my phone to tell me my BAC when I could just buy a device that tells me my BAC?
You want to carry one of these bulky old breathalyzers around. So that's why I created
a smaller one.
Breathometer.
I'm still not putting this in my pocket, man. The Sharks take the bait, each of them pitching in hundreds of thousands of dollars.
From the entire team of the Sharks. I'm ecstatic right now. I have no words. I'm shocked.
But soon it becomes clear Charles isn't quite the entrepreneur they thought.
You also got to think how many people are buying breathalyzers.
He was.
The guy, Charles.
That's not a big business.
I look at his Instagram and he'd be in Bora Bora. And I look at his Instagram.
Shit.
Yes.
What?
2 weeks later, and he'd be in Vegas partying, you know. Then he'd be on Nectar Island with Richard Branson. And I text him like, what the? Yeah, so that was my biggest beating.
Do you blow up on these?
So he basically took the money, ran, and didn't work for the business.
Guys, or you just say, fuck
There's
it?
no point. Yeah, there's no point. It ain't gonna change. Ain't gonna.
Maybe he was testing the product though. Boy, testing the product.
He's testing the product. He was getting drunk in Bora Bora so he could see if the fucking app worked.
This would be a fair explanation. However, this is where things get even worse.
And the most important question is, are you safe to drive?
No. It turns out the device is having problems of its own.
You don't blow into it. You just fucking go. Like I have like hot rice in my mouth and I'm like. That doesn't work, bro.
It's analyzing my breath right now, my whiskey breath. And it gave me a 0.00.
Wow.
Apparently, I have not had a single thing to drink. So that's actually one of my critiques of this thing.
In 2016, the FTC calls Charles, telling him they've received numerous complaints of false advertising, and that he needs to take the breath away.
Well, yeah, that's also unsafe because then some people might think that they're sober enough to drive. Because if you're at a 0.08, some people don't really recognize that as much. And it's reading that you're a 0.02. You might get in your car and that's unsafe.
Feature off of his breathalyzer app. Breathometer settles with the FTC over deceptive advertising. Of course, his angel investors wouldn't be too happy to hear this.
When we started this journey with you, it was breathometer. We were testing alcohol levels in blood. Now the information coming out of the company is almost completely different. New product line, new direction, new partners. What happened to Breathometer? Is it still going to sell? Are you going to continue developing it? Or are you just going to throw it off the slate?
Rather than shutting down the operation, Breathometer, the breathalyzer company, decides to change markets.
Essentially, Breathometer is a breath analysis platform.
What?
We were looking to expand and go really deep into alcohol, but we realized that there was a much larger opportunity, like oral health. What? So we're moving into things like oral health care.
Minty fresh breath. I need to fucking get a product that I have to download an app with to tell me if my fucking breath stinks. Chew some gum, dummy. What?
Hydration, fat burning, asthma, even you can go as far as diabetes and lung cancer. I typically can range and apply breath detection to a variety of things. Everything as extreme as to lung cancer, to diabetes.
I'm telling you right now, your product's not going to tell somebody if they have lung cancer.
Really? In the end, this doesn't work, and Breathometer is forced to refund all the customers. The lesson learned here, well, the money certainly...
All 7 people that bought it.
...helped Charles's case. The publicity is all he needed to get his product off the ground. A shark recommending a product is basically a celebrity endorsement, and having packaging with the as seen on Shark Tank logo is enough for any product to fly off store shelves. Charles isn't the only person to take advantage of this.
Here's a really important message. Please pay attention.
QVC is also just a fucking piece of shit, dude. I understand it makes a lot of money on old people, but like the idea of just watching an entire television show that's just marketing me stuff, which is Shark Tank, but also just literally infomercials. I'm gonna watch 7 hours of infomercials.
There are hundreds of scam ads out there using my name, my face, and these scammers are getting good. They're saying things like this.
Hello, Shark Tank here. I'm Lori Greiner. Dive deeper with the shark effect. Tune into our genuine keto secret. Hi, everyone.
Oh my God, Lori has a new keto secret product. That might be something I invest in.
Today, I will share a secret method on how to lose weight as quickly as possible without dieting or going to the gym. This is our only officially licensed product. Shark Tank in the house.
They are fake. They are scam ads. Do not pay attention.
Remember in season 1 when they had this intro?
These ordinary people have the ideas, but these 5 self-made millionaires have the cash.
Well, as the years go on, more and more of the contestants have both the ideas and the cash, and don't need much financial help at all.
The Lark bottle.
Yeah, they're just an ad.
It's the world's first
and they already have like 9 other fucking investors.
These? Oh, you do? Yeah. Great.
You do?
That is awesome.
I do.
We raised our...
He already has the product. Damon already owns the fucking water bottle. But that'd be like actual Walmart coming into fucking Shark Tank and going, yeah, we're gonna start up grocery stores. Dude, no way, I've shopped at your store before.
First round of venture capital in 2013 after we launched the app. And then we raised our second round in 2015.
What has happened is we've gotten more and more sophisticated applicants that most entrepreneurs that walked in the door in season 1 and 2 were asking for $10,000, $20,000, had no sale, but had a simple product and a dream in their hand.
The producers and sharks see it as a good thing. However, as the years go on, it becomes a noticeable trend. Longtime fans start to protest the change. I miss the old days when it was about people who were truly getting started and needed help, instead of everyone already having a $1 million+ valuation out the gate.
I'd like to thank you all for letting me take...
All right, that's basically the same point I was making. Now, if you have millions in sales, a client base, 30K customers, they don't even bat an eye at you. That's what I'm saying. They don't care about you anymore unless you already have a successful product. That's why Shark Tank sucks. Boom, video done. Editor, cut it. Chat, first in video, a tribute to Gen Z media. Dude, it is kind of sad that, like, Gen Z media's coming to an end. At least young Gen Z media. Not, like, right now, but what? Like, the youngest Gen Z, the oldest Gen Zer is almost 30. And the youngest Gen Zer is what? Like 15? 14? So in like, 3 or 4 years, it'll be like Gen Alpha now 15, I think. So it's like it's starting to be like Gen Alpha media now, meme-wise at least.
Every generation thinks they have the best movies, music, TV shows, and books. And as a member of Gen Z, let me just say,
I don't think that Gen Z has the best movies. I think millennials have the best movies. Well, we were alive as Gen Zers, but I think like best movie era is like 2000 to 2010. I don't think Gen Z has that. I don't think Gen Z has that at all. I think like the first 10 years of the 2000s was like prime movie era.
That we definitely do. Let's start out with TV, and more specifically, cartoons. The hyper-ironic, random humor Gen Z is known for really just stems from the cartoons we grew up watching. I mean, the most popular cartoon of our childhood followed an anthropomorphic bird and raccoon.
Was Regular Show really the most popular? I think it was up there. I feel like the most popular cartoon of our era was still probably SpongeBob. But SpongeBob existed for millennials. SpongeBob existed in the 90s, right? I don't know. Adventure Time? I would say Regular Show is probably one of the top 10 most popular. I mean, that's probably a Googleable fact. What are the most popular cartoons, kid cartoons of all time? Top 20 best kids cartoons of all time. Well, I don't know if this is like an accurate list. It's at number 1 of Looney Tunes. I think Looney Tunes is fair. Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo. Yeah. Avatar, Batman, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Kim Possible, SpongeBob, Phineas and Ferb, Spider-Man, Bluey. That's modern day. Powerpuff Girls, Danny Phantom, Teen Titans, Ben 10. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's a fucking callback. I don't know how accurate that list is, though.
Working at a park with a green man, a ghost, an immortal yeti with a gumball machine as a boss.
Bro, you know one show that was popular when we were kids that I never watched, and then I finally gave it a try, and because one TikTok made me want to watch it because he was talking about how funny it was, and I watched it, and it was unbearably bad. Oh my God, what is it called? It's like Uncle something. Uncle something. Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa is such a bad show. It's like it's so kiddish. It's so bad. Uncle Grandpa. If this becomes a YouTube video, fucking editor, throw up an image of Uncle Grandpa or like the fucking like cover photo. It's so bad. Yeah, I only got through the first episode. But it was like, he opens the door, he's like, oh, hello there. And it's like, oh, God. It's just annoying. Regular Show is like a show you can watch when you're 5 and a show you can watch when you're 25 and high. Like, it works, right? It's an all-around show. Same thing with, like, Gravity Falls. I think if we're actually talking about peak Gen Z media, the best cartoon to come out of our generation is Gravity Falls. And that's not even our generation, though. Somebody that wasn't Gen Z made it.
Doesn't really get more
just came out during our time.
Random than that. Regular Show really had a massive influence on Gen Z's humor. I mean, the amount of times me and my friends have said, oh, after something epic happens, it's gotta be in the hundreds. And we didn't just have Regular Show.
Oh, Johnny Test, dude. Bling Bling Boy. My God, this used to be my show on Cartoon Network. This was like endless entertainment when this was on.
I mean, Phineas and Ferb is probably my favorite show of all time, up there with The Sopranos. While the animation...
Phineas and Ferb is up there with The Sopranos. I think the humor is pretty fair. I think Phineas and Ferb, the vibe of the show was good. It wasn't like modern day brain rot like Cocomelon, but it was interesting enough to where every episode was its own little random thing that was happening that like connected somewhat to an overall story, which was good. It's trash? No, Phineas and Ferb was good. Phineas and Ferb was definitely a good show.
And premise of the show makes it appear like it's meant for little kids. The writing and humor is so clever and witty that I enjoy the show more now at 20 years old than I did when I was a little kid. Other shows like Gravity Falls, The Amazing World of Gumball, and Adventure Time also helped
I couldn't get behind Adventure Time. I think it's a little too kiddish at the start, and the animation's terrible. It hurts my eyes to watch. They're like little doodles that anyone could draw, and I don't like that. I think Gravity Falls, I think Amazing World of Gumball was cool, and I liked the humor. I know it's a bad take. I know Adventure Time's really popular and really emotional when it ended. I just never got behind it.
Let's talk about...
I know it's a bad take.
Music. Man, from 2014 to 2019, the amount of amazing music that was released is astounding. Gen Z is obsessed with 2016, and I think a main reason...
Yeah, no, 2016 was fucking peak media. Peak YouTube, peak... I think the reason that is as well is because 2016 is also like a era where a lot of people were graduating high school, a lot of people were graduating middle school, a lot of people were in transitional phases, and so it's like a memorable time. I always say one of the most like memorable artists or most nostalgic artists of that time was Juice WRLD, but that was 2018. That was like 2017, 2018. Juice WRLD, bro, fucking Lucid Dreams comes on. I get teleported back to freshman year, sophomore year. Teleported when Lucid like like that beat comes on, bro. Everybody was playing that all day. That was that shit the backpack kids had when they'd be walking through the hallways.
And for that is because so many great albums were released that year. Blonde, Starboy, Anti, Lemonade, Coloring Book, Black Star, The Life of Pablo, Untitled, Unmastered, Views, Awaken My Love. I mean, 2016 Uzi has basically become a mythical figure because of his consistency and output during that year. And
I think that those albums were definitely really good, but they're also perceived better in the minds of people that grew up with them because you're always going to hold some level of, like, I guess, praise for something that you've known. Not necessarily even on a nostalgia factor. It's like, you know, when your parents today might be like, modern rap these days is a bunch of mumbo jumbo and it doesn't make fucking sense anymore. You gotta listen to the OGs. Like, some shit like that. Like, it's the same thing. You'll be that. I hate to say it. That'll be you. Right, in 30 years, that'll be you. You'll be saying the same shit, but you'll say the same shit, and you'll be like, man, back in my day, Lil Uzi was the shit. Now you guys are listening to those fucking stupid Gen Alpha artists.
Not saying these are necessarily Gen Z albums, but usually the music that's the most important to you is the music that was released during your formative years, and I just gotta say, we low-key win. Like, yeah, I'll admit we didn't have Michael Jackson or Biggie or Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, but bro, do you know who we got? My man Fetty Wap. Listen, I'm not getting behind this. I'm not getting behind this. I'm not getting behind the, oh, we got Fetty Wap. We're not going band for band on fucking rappers. And I'm pulling Fetty Wap out of the bag. That's probably the last guy I'm pulling. It's probably the last dude I'm pulling. Just being like, yeah, we got, you remember Fetty Wap? Yo, you remember Nasty Freestyle too? You remember that shit? Just start pulling like, you remember Whip? Nay, you remember that shit? Even being ironic.
Watch Me Whip.
Fetty Wap at his peak had the entire world in the palm of his hand. Bro, I know you remember
1738 was big. Bro, another one that was big. I don't even remember his name. I gotta look at the song. You remember Designer Panda? That was big. Where he'd go, Panda. That was huge. Half the song. I'm 30 seconds in and he's still going, Panda. That song sucks too. That song sucks too. You look back at it and you're like, wow, this was actually fucking really bad. Yo, I would rather pull out like 6ix9ine for band for rappers than Fetty Wap. Take. Name another song by Fetty Wap that you listened to.
1938. And I got this sewed up. And he had other
that is another one.
Hits like My Way, RGF Island, and Again. Fetty Wap was really the king of writing hooks. I don't want to sound like too much of an old head, but modern pop music to me sounds like it's lacking creativity. Everyone kind of sounds the same and is trying to hop on trends, and when someone new does come with an original sound, it's shocking. I miss the days when upcoming artists like Travis Scott, Tyler the Creator, and Frank Ocean were experimenting and pushing boundaries of their genre.
Well, I think people still experiment and push boundaries today, but it's similar to where things are discovered and now there's not much else to do outside of reformat ideas that already exist. The early 2000s and the late early 2010s, it was easier to get big into music because making beats was different, creating different lyrics and different styles was available. But at some point, you run out of genres of music and styles that you can fall into. Yeet is like, yeah, one of his own kind. I don't really like Yeet's music, personally. I think it's just heavy beats. Honestly, Yeet's music, in my mind, is just like a background guy kind of singing in the corner with like a heavy set DJ just playing forefront. Like, that's what Yeet's very like. It'll be like, dum, 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 and he'll be like, yeah, Yeah. And it's like you can't even hear him. He's fucking far as shit. Like, it sounds like the beat was created in studio, and then the audio recording was, like, filmed on, like, a fucking Samsung Galaxy. Like, that's what I feel when I listen to Yeep. But, like, anyways, yeah, like, Tyler, the Creator, and all these guys were, like, you know, kind of paving their own way to their own genre of music. They still do their own thing, and obviously they do well. But when there's, you know, 10 types of rap music and hip-hop styles that are available, and then you pave way to 5, 10 more, it's harder to expand beyond that. Like, it's like diminishing returns almost, where humans are only able to do so much. You're not like, yeah, are there going to be, in the next 5, 10, 20 years, crazy new music that drops? For sure. Right, and there's even new genres that are getting popular. Like, funk music didn't exist, you know, then. Like, to the capacity it did now. Like, there was still, like, rave music and other genres. But, like, Brazilian funk and all these other genres, like, they're new. But that's because of modern technology as well, and the adaptation of you being able to create beats quicker. But there's, like, outside of that, you have to wait a lot of the time either for somebody crazy to come around or, like, new technology. Because at some point, it's like, there's only so much that you're able to talk about. Creatively and just, like, musically.
And while these guys are still at the top of their game, the new artists to take their place just don't do it for me. I still remember I was in 8th grade when Igor dropped, and I was blown away. It was equal parts soul, pop, and...
Nice haircut. It looks fucking bad. Stop. Don't mention it. I'm trying to fucking fix it. It just looks bad. I didn't do it today. But still. All right, lock in.
Hip-hop. There was a complete narrative through the entire album. The music videos were beautiful.
What's the difference between funk and funk music? Oh, funk music is more hip-hop. Funk music, P-H-O-N-K, is like... like this one. This is Brazilian funk. Or you could, it's kind of like rave music, but it's only on the beat drop the entire time. It's honestly like, what is it, like jabber? What is it called? What is it called where, like, it's like a UK type of, like, jump style, almost. Like heavy beats, really loud, massive bass. Just like doom, 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 doom the whole time. I love it. I think it's fire, but it's hard to, like, differentiate yourself. Like, I know Play a Funk. He makes a lot of good funk songs, and my outro is one of his songs that he lets me use. Play a Funk, stream Play a Funk on Spotify. Anyways, he makes funk music, and even he is kind of branching out somewhat, like, still in the funk genre, but slightly out of it, where it's like people run shit into the ground in that genre. Where, like, if you have a popular Brazilian funk song, they will, like, reformat it, slow reverb, faster pace. They'll change some beats up and just release, like, 7 songs that are almost identical until it, like, dies. And then they'll just transfer to something else, which is honestly, like, similar to what, like, all artists do now. Where if something's a hit, they'll just kind of, like, reformat it and just do the same thing over and over again.
Beautiful. It was creativity at its peak. The greatest thing about this era of music was that there was something for everyone. There were plenty of pop radio hits, hip-hop was going through its second prime, new wave R&B was on the rise, and artists were starting to mature and find their own sound. I couldn't be happier with the music Gen Z grew up with, and the same goes for video games. If there's one video game that would define our generation, it's obviously Minecraft.
Yeah, I think Minecraft, what defines Gen Z? Minecraft, I think Roblox defines Gen Alpha more, personally. I think Minecraft, Fortnite, and then, like, not even COD. I think COD's a millennial thing. Today, COD is played by Gen Zers mainly, but, like, Call of Duty was big for millennials. Like, when you were a squeaker, if you're my age, like, not, if you're, like, 15, when you were a squeaker, that was, like, fucking, like, 7 years ago. I'm talking when you were, like, if you were, like, 8 years old in, like, 2010, 2011, the guys you were playing with that were calling you the N-word in COD lobbies are 36 with kids now, right? Like, those are millennials. The millennials were the ones that were screaming at you. Like, COD is a millennial game. That's not a Gen Zer game. Gen Zer games like Minecraft, maybe Roblox, but I feel like Roblox is, like, mainly Gen Alpha now. Fortnite. What else? What's, like, a defining, like, a game-defining, like, or, like, a generation-defining game? RuneScape? That's way older, dude. RuneScape might be, like, Gen X. GTA 5. I think GTA 5. But GTA 5 is so big that it doesn't really, like, grasp just Gen Z. It's like everyone. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, that's fair. Horror. Very niche though.
Minecraft. I really don't know what to say about Minecraft that hasn't already been.
I think anyone that's ever played video games finds Minecraft nostalgic. I think that's the reason that, or any Gen Zer, the reason Minecraft defines Gen Z is because if you talk to somebody and you're like, hey, did you play video games when you were a kid? And then I turn on fucking this, you probably go like 1,000-yard stare shit. Yeah, like you start freaking out. You're like, oh my God, I know this song. Or just like any of them for that matter.
Said, I still fondly remember the days of
oh my God, being uncreative and building houses out of like gold and diamond blocks. Minecraft PE was the shit, man.
Hopping in worlds with my friends and building roller coasters, mansions, and having full.
I used to go on Creative World on my grandpa's computer. This was probably in like 2013. So I was like 11 or 12. Probably 11. It was probably actually I might have been 10. I would go on my grandpa's computer and I would play Minecraft and I would go in creative and I would just place a whole pyramid of TNT. Like I'm talking I would spend like 20 minutes. I didn't know how to do commands with like the wood axe and shit. So I would just place like thousands of blocks of TNT and then I would record it on like whatever I had at that time. I think it was like an iPad mini, and I would light it on fire and I would record it. And I would be like, and I remember I would watch them back and be like, this is awesome. Or I would create and then when I got older, I would make like complex, this is actually when I got pretty good at Minecraft. I would create like complex fireworks shows out of redstone. I don't remember how to do it anymore, but I remember I used to watch like tutorials and I would go in creative and like actually create, like I would craft like specific fireworks, make it times at night, and then like create like a whole show. I don't have the videos anymore. I wish I did.
Scale battles. It was the perfect escape. Simple yet dense with content. Complete freedom.
What is it called? Oh my God, what's that art called? What is this called? I used to have a world where I did this too. That was on the Xbox though. Me and my friends had a creative world where we would do pixel art. I remember I made Flappy Bird. I did some easy ones. I did some hard ones with like skeletons and shit.
Ends with content. Complete freedom. The same goes for Minecraft's equally popular but wilder little brother, Roblox. There was really some...
I love the modern day Roblox now. I think Roblox now is so cool because you could dev any game. I think then, like, you remember when Roblox was just a dupe of Minecraft? Like, way back. I used to play it on my school computer because they didn't have Minecraft, but they had Roblox, and it was just a bad Minecraft. Like, you would launch the game. I don't even know if they had servers. I think you would just load in, and it was just like a shitty Minecraft.
Something for everyone.
No? Bro, I gotta look that up. I remember I used to, like, build, like, wooden Roblox. Old. Roblox off-brand Minecraft. Bro, I gotta look that shit up. How do I, like, what could I search to find that? Old Roblox game. Bro, I'm talking, like, way old. Like, this is probably when I was, like, 8. This is probably, like, 2010. 2009. You were talking about Castle Miner Z? Is that what it is? No, I never played that. I know what that is, though. Bro, I don't know. I remember I played an off-brand Roblox. Or it was Roblox, but it was just bad.
One in Roblox. Sports games, fashion games, tycoon games, mystery games. There was so much content and room for creativity and fun for a young mind. And I think we can all agree that sports games peaked during...
No! You know the fucking console for Gen Z is the Wii. The Gen Z console's the Wii. Undisputed. Just because I saw Nintendo, I'm like, oh yeah, the Wii. Because no Gen Alpha kid's gonna play on the fucking Wii. Or Xbox 360. I think Wii, PS3, Xbox 360. Oh, those three. Not PS2. PS2's too old. PS2's too old. I think those three.
Our childhood. 2K16 is probably my most played game of all time. It really is the perfect basketball game. And bro, how can we forget those old FIFA soundtracks? I need to know now. Unfortunately, these days, sports games...
Bro, old FIFA Bro, I was saying this top 50 games all the time. I had FIFA 17.
Games have been watered down to over-monetized, recycled slop, held hostage hostage by corporate overlords. But I still remember the days of try-harding on my park and having intense battles with my brother on Madden. We
FIFA Street
even witnessed mobile games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale.
Bro, unmatched. Early 2010s Clash of Clans. Bro, when my uncle showed me Clash of Clans for the first time, I was fucking losing that shit. I used to grind the fuck out of that game. Is this it? No, this isn't it. Clash of Clans theme song. What's the theme song for Clash of Clans? Is this it? What the fuck is this? Where's the audio soundtrack for fucking Clash of Clans? The intro. Clash of Clans song. This. You be sitting there, bro, with the little elixir noises. Aha! Aha! Dude, the audio, and it was just so fun. It was just, that's why Clash of Clans was in my top 50 games all the time. It's just such a good game.
Over the zeitgeist of our generation.
None of y'all remember Heyday? Yeah, the fuck I do, bitch. I've played every goddamn Supercell game that's ever come out. I remember fucking Heyday. Yeah, I remember Heyday. I used to fucking farm wheat. I remember I used to watch TV and farm wheat all day, bitch. I used to be raising up my cows, organizing my farm, trading the fucking little boat guy for fucking milk.
And of course, who
Boom Beach? Yeah, rep Boom Beach. That shit fell off.
Can forget
I played Boom Beach too.
Flappy Bird. When it comes to Gen Z, I feel like I have to talk about books, and really